My sister-in-law died horrifically and left her 2 kids without anywhere to go or anyone to take care of them. My husband wants to take them in, I don't, and he said I accept them or he will divorce me. I need to explain why I said no before everyone judges me. 3 years ago, my husband's sister Paulina showed up at our door at 2 in the morning with her 2 kids, a black eye, and a restraining order against her ex. We took them in immediately without hesitation. For 8 months, they lived with us completely rent-free while I worked double shifts to cover all the extra expenses. Her kids destroyed our furniture and drew on our walls with permanent marker. They screamed constantly at all hours of the night. They hit our elderly dog so many times we eventually had to rehome him for his own safety. Paulina did absolutely nothing to discipline them ever. She said they were processing trauma, and I was being unsympathetic to their needs. When I asked her to contribute to groceries, she called me heartless and cruel. When I set basic rules about bedtime and screen time, she completely ignored them. When I tried to enroll the kids in therapy, she accused me of trying to label her children as broken. I developed severe anxiety during those months. I lost 15 pounds from constant stress and exhaustion. I had a miscarriage that my doctor said was very likely caused by chronic stress and lack of sleep. When I finally told Paulina I needed her to find her own place within 60 days, she told our entire extended family I was kicking helpless orphans onto the street. They harassed me for months straight. My husband defended me, but barely. He kept saying that's just how Paulina is, like that somehow excused everything she put me through. She eventually moved out and got her own apartment. We went very low contact after that. 2 weeks ago, Paulina was killed in a house fire caused by her boyfriend's meth lab exploding. The 2 kids survived, but barely. They have burns on their arms and severe trauma from what they witnessed. The boyfriend is in prison. There's no other family left except us and my husband's elderly mother who uses a walker and can barely care for herself. My husband came to me with tears streaming down his face. We have to take them in. They have absolutely no one else in this world. I said no. He stared at me like I was a monster. They're children. They're completely innocent. They're family. They're the same children whose presence destroyed my mental health, whose mother blamed me constantly while living off my paychecks, whose chaos in our home caused me to lose our baby. His face went ice cold. That's not fair to say. None of this situation is fair. I physically cannot do it again. I won't survive going through that a second time. He stood up slowly. Then I want a divorce. That word hung between us. You would actually leave me over this? I asked quietly. You would abandon traumatized children over this? He shot back. For 3 full days we didn't speak at all. I couldn't eat or sleep. I kept replaying everything in my mind. Then his mother called me unexpectedly. I know exactly what Paulina put you through, she said quietly. I watched it happen and said nothing because she was my daughter. That was wrong of me. I started crying. Those kids desperately need someone, she continued, but they also need someone strong enough to actually parent them properly. Paulina never did that. I should have called her out years ago. Why are you telling me this now? Because my son gave you an ultimatum without acknowledging everything you sacrificed. That's not fair either. She paused. But those children aren't their mother. They're 7 and 5 years old and everyone they knew is either dead or in prison. They deserve a real chance at a normal life. I thought about my miscarriage, my anxiety attacks, the dog we had to give away. Then I thought about 2 small kids in hospital beds with burns on their arms and absolutely nowhere to go. I told my husband I would agree, but only with strict conditions. Weekly family therapy mandatory for everyone. Professional help for the kids completely non-negotiable. His mother moves in to help because I cannot do this alone. Clear boundaries around my mental health that he actually enforces. And he never gives me an ultimatum like that ever again. He agreed to everything. He apologized sincerely for how he handled it. He admitted he never fully understood what I went through. The kids moved in last week. It's incredibly hard every day. The younger one has screaming nightmares every night. The older one barely speaks and flinches when anyone moves quickly. But they're not their mother. They say thank you when I make dinner. They ask permission before touching anything. They're scared and broken, but they're trying. Maybe I can try too.